So thanks for joining us for class today. This is going to be a 60-minute Vinyasa flow. We are here in beautiful Casa Bali in Tamarindo, Costa Rica, so enjoy the view and the background noises. We're going to start today on our backs. So go ahead and lay down. Supta Baddha Konasana if you'd like, bringing the soles of the feet together, opening the knees, or legs long. Find a comfortable place to rest the hands. And close your eyes. As you settle into your space, begin to connect more deeply with your breath. Become aware of the length of your inhale and the length of your exhale. Notice the sensations in your body. And then notice the sensations outside of your body, beginning to become aware of the wind on your skin, the sounds in the background, the sound of your own breath. With the assistance of your hands, draw your knees back to center and then into your chest. Start to draw little circles in both directions with your knees. Extend your left leg long on your mat. Draw your right knee, hands around your right knee, and your right knee toward your right shoulder. Flex all 10 toes back toward both knees. Feel the compression in your right hip. Release the grip on your right knee, draw it back towards center and extend it up toward the sky. Flex and point your right foot. And then draw circles with your ankle. Release your right leg onto the mat. Draw your left knee into your chest. Hands around your knee and then draw your knee to your left shoulder. Flex all 10 toes back toward both knees and feel the compression in your left hip. Relax the grip on your leg, bring it back towards center, and left foot toward the sky. Flex and point your left foot. Draw circles with your left ankle. And then bring your feet to mat distance apart on your mat. Release your knees to the right, arms to goalpost, gaze to the left for a spinal twist. Come back through center, bring your knees to the left, gaze to the right. Come back to the center, bring your hands alongside your body, press your palms into the earth, and one vertebra at a time, roll up to bridge pose. Press firmly into your heels. Keep your neck long. Take a deep breath in and roll your way back down. Just bring your hips to hover, and then on your next inhale, roll back up. Exhale, release down, and we'll do one more round with your breath. And release your hips to the floor. Draw your knees into your chest. Roll the length of your spine, and make your way through to tabletop. Start to move through some cat-cows, warming up your spine. Inhaling to cow pose and exhaling, rounding into cat. One more round of cat and cow. Return to tabletop position. Bring your left leg to the left, align your heel behind your toes, tuck your right toes under, bring your right hip to your right heel for an inner thigh stretch. Walk your hands forward and stretch through your shoulders as you release your forehead and your chest toward the floor. Take a big breath here. Come back up to tabletop position and switch sides. Extend your right leg to the right. Align your heel behind your toe. Tuck your left toes under, hip to heel. Walk your hands forward. Notice the stretch in your right inner thigh. Start to open your shoulders as you sink your chest toward the floor. Come all the way back up, return to tabletop position, and from tabletop, make your way to downward facing dog. Tuck all 10 toes under, lift your hips high, release your heels toward the floor. Start to find movement in downward facing dog, pedaling your feet, bending your knees, swaying your hips, and releasing your head so your neck is long. Breathe deeply through your nose for 3 more breaths in downward facing dog.
Bring your feet to touch. Walk your feet in about an inch. And bring your left hand, reach it for the right ankle. Draw your left elbow to the left and take your gaze to the right. Now bring your gaze back toward neutral and then see if you can lift your left leg off the floor. Just challenging our balance a little bit. And release. Take your left hand back to the floor, your left foot back to the floor. Take your right hand to the outside of your left ankle. First twist, so draw your right elbow to the right and look to the left. Bring your gaze back to neutral. Get nice and steady and see if you can lift your right foot off the floor. Place your right foot and your right hand back on the floor and step back to down dog. Complete your exhale. Look toward your hands and step or float to the front of your mat. Bring your feet together, little space between your heels. Sit your hips low, lift your arms high for chair pose. Keep your shoulders relaxed away from your ears. Take the weight back into your heels. Continue to breathe deeply in and out through your nose. Last inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take an inhale and twist left elbow, right knee. Stay steady in your legs. Two knees are in one line, so if you find that your knee is popping forward, draw it back. Come back to center and twist right elbow, left knee. Check in with your knees. Make sure the weight's back in your heels. Come back to center. Keep your hands at your heart and just come to standing and close your eyes. And just notice the sensations in your body now that we've done a little balancing, a little movement. Worked our legs. Can you soften your jaw and soften your forehead? And take one more deep breath here. Open your eyes, release your hands. On your next breath in, lift your arms up overhead. As you exhale, cactus your arms, open through your chest, draw your elbows down. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, forward fold, come all the way down, hinging at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float back, lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale to up dog or cobra, and exhale back to downward facing dog. Big breath here. We're going to start moving breath to movement. So inhale, step or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, high, tall mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, monkey. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Tall mountain, rise up. Forward fold. Monkey. And chaturanga. Up dog. And back to down dog. Connect to your breath. And as you inhale, come forward. Forward fold. Tall mountain. Forward fold. Monkey. And chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, forward fold. Tall mountain, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Monkey. And chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Come forward, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Tall mountain. Exhale out all of your air, forward fold. Big breath in through your nose, monkey. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward dog or cobra. Down dog. Come forward, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Tall mountain. Forward fold. Monkey. And chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Come forward, inhale. Forward fold. Tall mountain. Forward fold. Monkey. And chaturanga. Upward facing dog and back to downward facing dog. Last one on your own. Listen to your breath and let your breath be your guide through your movements. Breathe deeply in downward facing dog and notice the sensations in your body now. Notice your thoughts. Can you stay present in this moment, in this resting pose of down dog? On your next breath in, lift your right leg high. As you exhale, bring your knee to touch your nose. Round your spine. Extend three-legged dog. Bring your knee to touch your nose again. Last time, extend. Bring your knee to touch your nose and step your foot between your hands. Keep your left hand on the floor, lift your right arm up. For twisting lunge. Inhale. Exhale, release your right hand to the floor, and then start to straighten through your right leg for a hamstring stretch and extended pyramid pose. Release your forehead towards your toes. On your next breath out, come back to low lunge. And as you inhale, rise up to crescent lunge. Sink nice and low into your legs. Stay active through your fingers, keeping your shoulders over your hips. Take one more breath in. And as you breathe out, bring your hands to your heart and your left elbow to your right knee for twisting crescent. Keep your neck open. Your head is in line with your spine. Your gaze can be either at the floor or up toward the sky. Unwind. Place your hands on the floor. Step back to plank. Hold plank. Tap your right knee to the floor, tap your left. And go back and forth. And this is 3, and 2, and 1, and lower all the way down. Bring your feet to mat distance apart. Bring your arms straight out to the side, palms face down. On your next breath in, lift everything off the floor. Press back through the balls of your feet. Reach out through your fingertips. Bring your hands back under your shoulders, tuck your toes under, press up to plank, and back to down dog. Lift your left leg high, bring your left knee to touch your nose. 2 more times. Extend, round your spine, touch your knee to your nose. Last time, 3-legged dog, and then knee to nose and step through. I'm going to take twisting lunge first. So right hand on the floor, lift your left arm up. And release your left hand down toward the floor. Start to straighten your left leg. Release your forehead toward your toes, stretching through your left hamstring. Come back to low lunge. Lift your arms, your hands up off the floor for crescent lunge. Get nice and low in your legs. Take one more breath in. Bring your hands to your heart, hinge forward, hook your elbow to your knee. Keep your head in line with your spine. Gaze follows your twist. Come back to center. Release your hands to the mat. Step back plank and lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog and back to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Bring your knee to your nose, step through, low lunge. Rise up to crescent. Open up to warrior 2. Hold warrior 2. Keeping your hips and shoulders open to the side, but your gaze out across your front fingertips. Reverse warrior, just for a breath in, and then take extended side angle. Bring your right hand down toward the floor, left arm up toward the sky. Stay long in your left side, breathing deeply into your left ribs. Extend your left hand to the front. Keep your palm facing down. And then bring your right hand forward. So both hands off the mat, reaching forward. On your next big breath in, come up to 5-pointed star. Toes point out, heels point in, palms face out. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, sink down. Work your shoulders so that they're over your hips. And then draw your knees toward your pinky toes. So you turn on your glutes while opening up your inner thighs and your hips. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior 2, back to the front of your mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Pause here. Keep your left hand on the mat. Step your right foot to meet your left and come into side plank. Keep bumping your hips up to the sky to turn on your obliques, your side. All right, now if you can make this transition, go for it. If you need to come down, that's fine. We're gonna come into inverted plank. So you're gonna take your right hand to your mat, your fingers, and backwards, up and over. There you go, and legs extend long. Press your hips up. Now keep your head in line with your spine so your neck is open, but you're reaching the crown of your head toward the front of your mat. This is a good chest and opener and strengthener, so see if you can continue to lift your chest up and roll your shoulders down. Okay, now come onto your right hand, side plank on the other side. All right, and back to plank and vinyasa. Lower chaturanga, upward dog, and back to down dog. Bring your left leg high, knee to nose, step through. Crescent lunge, rise up, and warrior 2. As you hold the pose and you keep your focus forward, see if you can soften your forehead and your jaw. And just notice the sensations in your body and stay connected to your breath, even in the challenge. See if you can stay slow and steady. Right hand down your back leg, left arm up and over. Breathe into your left side and then extended side angle. Left hand to the floor, right hand toward the sky. Stay long in your neck. Now bring your right hand forward. Breathe deeply into your right ribs. And then bring your left hand forward. Palms face each other. And come up 5-pointed star. Bring hands to your heart, sink down into your squat. Flip your fingertips toward the floor and then scoop up. Hands to your heart, sink down, flip your hands, scoop it up. And again. Work with your breath. And last one.
Come back to 5-pointed star. This time take your heels behind your toes, extend your arms to the side, hinge forward for standing straddle splits. Breathe deeply here in standing straddle splits. Take any arm variation you'd like. If you'd like to invert, you can invert. You want to go up? You're so close. Take 3 more breaths in your variation of standing straddle splits. On your next breath in, rise up, 5-pointed star. Warrior 2 to the front of your mat. Reverse warrior. And low lunge. Step back plank and lower chaturanga. All right, so let's flow breath to movement. Right leg high, step through low lunge, crescent lunge, warrior 2, reverse warrior, extended side angle, 5-pointed star, prayer squat, 5-pointed star, warrior 2, reverse warrior, half moon pose. Stand on your right foot and balance. Stack your hips and shoulders. Left hand to the floor for standing splits. Inhale, exhale, left knee behind right, Jiva squat. Inhale, extend standing splits. 2 more, left knee behind right. And last time, squeeze into a little ball, standing splits, low lunge, step back. Okay, right arm high, and then lift your left arm off the floor for vertical twist. And we're gonna take revolved reverse warrior. So bring your right hand to your left thigh and your left arm up and back. Breathe into your left side. And low lunge. Circle your arms all the way back down. Step back plank and chaturanga. Left leg high, low lunge. Crescent lunge, rise up. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle. 5-pointed star. Prayer squat. 5-pointed star. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior, half moon. Right hand to the floor, standing splits. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, Jiva squat. And again, right knee behind left. And last time. Back to standing splits.
Big step back, low lunge. And then bring your left hand off the floor, moving into vertical twist. Left hand back, right hand forward. Get your shoulders over your hips. Nice twist in your core. And then left hand to right leg, and right hand comes up and back. So go ahead and bring this hand up off the floor. I don't know, come up. There you go, yes. Perfect. Hold it for another breath. Feel the twist in your body. Bring both hands to the floor, low lunge, step back plank, and lower chaturanga. Right leg lifts, step through low lunge, crescent lunge, rise up. Airplane pose, we're gonna balance now on our right leg, lifting our hands back toward our heel. Okay, and we're gonna work our way into revolved dancer pose. So you're gonna bend your left leg, take hold of your left foot with your right hand, and then slowly make your way up to a stand. Lift your left arm up, and then start to kick your foot back into your hand. So a little different than dancer pose. Try to keep your shoulders squared to the front. Good adjustments. Yep, perfect. One more little kick. And then bring your left leg through. Bring your left foot to your right hip. And then you can hold on to your left foot with your right hand. Bring your left hand to your heart, or you can bring both hands to your heart if your foot stays there. And then if you'd like to move into toe balance, you can start to hinge forward, bringing your hands toward the floor, and then maybe your hip towards your heel. Good. And maybe your hands off the floor. When you're ready, you can reverse out of toe balance, coming into a forward fold first, and then making your way up to a stand. And release your left foot to the floor. Roll out your ankles. And then let's take a vinyasa. So reach your arms up overhead. Forward fold. Halfway lift. And chaturanga. Back to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high, step through, crescent lunge, rise up, and airplane pose. So find your balance first in airplane pose, reaching your fingers back toward your heel, really fire up your triceps, the backs of your arms, so get nice and long and strong in your arms. And then bring your right foot, kick it toward your hip, take your hand to your left hand to your right foot, and slowly make your way up to a stand. You can kick your foot into your hand. Then bring your right foot to your left hip, and then you can hold on to your left foot with your left hand. Right hand to your heart, or maybe both hands to your heart. Then if you'd like to try toe balance on this side, just start to hinge forward, bringing your hands to the floor.
Down into a low squat. And when you're ready, reverse your way out of toe balance. And then you can release your foot and roll out your ankles. And let's take a vinyasa. Reach your arms up and forward fold. Monkey and chaturanga. And then make your way through to a seat and onto your back. Actually, before we go onto our back, we did inverted plank, we're gonna do reverse tabletop now. And again, this is a great chest and shoulder opener. So really focus once you're up in the pose on rolling your shoulders and lifting your chest instead of collapsing into your chest. So bring your hands next to your hips. Your fingers are gonna, or behind your hips, your fingers are gonna point toward the front of your mat, feet in line with your knees, and then just lift your hips off the floor and make any adjustments so you have 90-degree angles in your legs and your arms. Extend the crown of your head toward the back of your mat, but keep your neck long. Lift your hips higher and then really focus here. Roll your shoulders, lift your chest. One more breath in and release your hips to the floor and lift your feet off the floor for boat pose. Keep your chest open. Bring your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. You can start to extend your legs forward. Keep your chest lifted. It's okay if your legs aren't straight. And then option here to straddle, if you'd like. Keep your chest lifted. And come back to center. Release your toes and hold boat. Okay, now bring your left leg to the floor. You're going to take your left hand, flip it to the outside of your right foot. Extend your right leg long if you can. It's okay if it's not straight. Reach your right arm back. Revolved heron pose. Now come back to center, lift both feet off the floor, boat. Bring your right leg to the floor. Right hand flips to the outside of your left foot. Start to extend your left leg long. And then reach your left arm back. Come back to center, boat pose. Last push for our core here. And just notice the sensations in your body and listen to your breath and try to soften as you hold this challenging pose. Slowly lower down onto your back and hug your knees into your chest. And then just roll the length of your spine and come to high cobra to stretch your core. Bring your wrists underneath your shoulders, extend your legs back, let your hips sink toward the floor, and stay lifted through the crown of your head. Lower your shoulders away from your ears. And press back to down dog. Take your right leg high and step through low lunge. You're going to come to standing staff, so left foot's going to come up and through. Okay, and like revolved heron pose, we have a couple of options here. You can take your right hand to your left knee and reach your left arm back, or you can take your right hand and flip it to the outside of your left foot and extend your left foot forward. So just like we were doing on the floor, but now we're balanced on our foot. Your gaze can follow your fingertips if you'd like, or they can stay ahead down on the floor to steady you in your balance. And to transition out of this, we're going to come to half moon pose. So you're just going to sweep your leg back and reach your right arm down. Just one breath in, and then step back, low lunge. Step back, plank, lower chaturanga. Left leg lifts, step through low lunge, standing staff. Okay, and you can take revolved big knee or hand to foot. So left hand would reach to the outside of the right foot. You can extend your right leg forward and reach your right arm back. Transition out through half moon. So bring your right leg back, left arm down, right arm up. Just a breath in and step back, low lunge. Take it through a vinyasa. Lift your right leg high. Bring your right knee toward your right wrist for half pigeon pose. Extend tall through the crown of your head, and then start to walk your hands forward and release down onto your mat. You can stay in resting pigeon, or if you'd like the quad stretch, feel free to take mermaid pose or any variation of mermaid. So other options are to just hold on to your foot or reach both hands around your foot and kick your foot back for a chest stretch. And release your foot. Plant your hands and step back to down dog. Lift your left leg high. Bring your left knee toward your left wrist for half pigeon. Stretch long in your spine. And then release. Coming down, walking your hands forward, releasing your forehead toward your hands. You can stay in resting pigeon, or you can take mermaid. Bending your right leg, taking your foot from the inside, maybe bringing the foot to the crook of your elbow. Maybe clasping the hands. Release your right leg. And then plant your hands and step back to down dog. Pedal out your feet. And make your way down onto your back. Bring your heels toward your hips. We're going to do our rolling bridges one more time like we started in class, so just 3 of them. As you breathe in, slowly roll up. It's a little massage for your spinal cord. And as you release your air, slowly roll down. And take your time. Rest after your last exhale. And then bring your knees to your chest, bring your arms to capital T, and rock your knees to the right for a twist. Gaze to the left. Bring your knees back to center and release them to the left. And gaze to the right.
Bring your knees back to center. One last squeeze. And then release your legs long on your mat. Arms alongside your body for Shavasana. Let your feet fall open. Let your palms face up. And then again, notice the sensations in your body. Try to soften into any tension that you're holding on to. And fully release your breath and move back to the natural rhythm. And just be now, here, present in this space on your mat.
Slowly bring movement back into your body, wiggling your fingers and toes. Rolling your wrists and your ankles. And stretching your body long. Roll onto your side, cradle your head in your arm. Before you leave your yoga mat today, set an intention for the rest of your day. Take a moment in gratitude for this time and this amazing setting. And then press your way up to a seat. Bring your hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Hold it at the top. Release it through your mouth. Today, as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. Namaste.